Hello, hello, our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. Welcome back to our Momentum Monday. Today is our episode 170. Let's talking about turn no into yes. How many of you had experience of no's? I guess maybe even not just for entrepreneurs, right? Everyone in our life every day may experience many no's. I was just curious, have you ever counted how many no's you may get in life every day? And why today I'm talking about this topic? It's very interesting because what? Recently, I guess, I don't know how many of you believe in your dreams. I mean, the dreams when during your sleep. Okay, and of course, I believe in our dreams when we are in the daytime, right? When we have the dreams, be conscious and know that our life's dreams. But about the sleeping dreams, there are quite some myths about our sleeping dreams, right? When we are sleeping, and sometimes we may remember after we wake up, we may remember dreams, or majority of dreams we forgot, right? So, and I know some people and some research are very interested in starting dreams and to see how much it's really relevant to our life. And I just found, actually, for quite some times, I just found our dreams is really related to our real life. Sometimes maybe it's just like nonsense and random anything, right? You could not find any clue about our dreams, like sleeping dreams. But sometimes, quite sometimes, actually, I would say, I found that whatever maybe concerned us in the day, and during nighttime, when you get into certain level, right? During nighttime, we may get some dreams similar to that kind of a like a situation, or maybe it's like a give a hint related to like a real life situation, right? So just give you an example. And so we're talking about notes, right? And recently, especially, I felt like quite some rejections, not just in businesses as an entrepreneur, right? For 15 years in the coaching, I know there are just a countless rejections or no's, right? Different ways we did not get what we want to get. So especially I believe entrepreneurs get more no's than people who are not entrepreneurs, right? And especially the more you want to pursue like a bigger dreams or bigger, let's say, a pursuit or goal you have, I just found the more rejections or no's you may meet, right? So recently I felt quite a few areas, not just in my businesses, and then also because like some communications you send to, for example, your partners, send to your relatives, send to your alumni friends, but many of them get no response. Sometimes no response is also like a rejection, right? And people just keep silent, or they did not respond to you, and you felt like a difference, that kind of difference from before. And or some kind of topics maybe they are not interested in, they do not want to go further. So I just found like I did not get the response I want. And also in, for example, for my kids, and now finally send my son to the college to the university. He's going to the Binghamton University, right? Initially, I felt some kind of a loss. It's like, I expect him going to like, for example, Ivy University, right? That's what we initially pursue. Both his dad and I, we got admitted to Ivy universities. So like now my kids is going to State University. I felt at a certain level of some kind of a loss. It's also like it's just like how to say a rejection from the universe, right? I felt that initially that way, but now I finally find a peace from that. It's like I felt like this university, even though it's a state university, it's still quite prestigious. It's also like I visited it 3 times so far now. It's like a not very far driving, so no need for plane. Like we can drive there, so that's a good advantage. But the most thing I like it is because of the environment. It's very natural. It's in the suburb area, a little bit like my hometown high school environment. So that helped me record my high school time, right? So the kids have been growing up in big cities and taking subway, for example, they take a subway going to their high school for a few years, and now they're in a more natural environment. I feel like, wow, it's actually a good makeup for them, right? For even though they are almost going to be adults. My son is going to be 18 quite soon, next month. And I feel like they can still enjoy before they go to work, right? Normally, if you go to work, you settle, you want to stay in a big city environment to get more opportunities. But now finally, before he get fully independent, right, his college time could be spent in a very natural environment. I feel like, oh, maybe this is God's way, it's supposed to be here. Then I take it. I said, okay, thank God. And he found some place. It's good. It's good for him because he has a freestyle like mindset. He loves like a natural environment. He loves biking, and also he loves like a good community, right? Close friends community. So that's ideal for him. So I said, thank God. Even though we have our own plan, but God have better plan. But anyway, that's one I already dealt with. But other things, let's say, like for example, my daughter's projects, right, it's quite a challenging project, so I'm supporting her to develop further, to create impact, everything. But because it's a difficult project, but it's based on a genuine code, be based on her personal experience, her suffering from eczema. So I supported her to launch her Goodbye Eczema project. So she has her like Facebook group and also Instagram, and now we also developed another handler on WeChat for Chinese people. So now we have international and also Chinese. So it's just a really like international version. So both English and the Chinese version. And but it's because it's difficult, right? It's a very like it's like 1/10 of a population may have eczema, and even less people are really care or engaging into like a natural healing part. So for the audience, for the readers, for the impact part, it's not easy to expand, right? At least you do not immediately say, oh, so many people, for example, if you have some like English tutoring or like SAT tutoring, there are a lot of parents who will be interested. But now it's eczema, so it's not every kid getting it. So very few, maybe 1 of 10 or 20 kids get it, and then so we do not have like a big like a crowd or audience, right? So it's not easy to run this kind of a project, but she's really genuinely want to help other kids with or even adults struggling with eczema. So we're doing this. So quite some areas we feel like we're doing the hard work, including my coaching, by the way. My coaching, I have been doing it for 15 years. I focus on empowering visionary entrepreneurs, life changers to stand out as confident experts and thought leaders to really impact more lives. But this group of people also like a small portion. I feel like there are so many entrepreneurs, right? Even though the entrepreneurs compared with employees are still like a smaller, much smaller percentage. Majority people around us are still employees. So their mindset, like last session, right, I talked about employee to entrepreneur. Majority people still have their employee mindset. So not very easy to turn employee mindset into entrepreneur, and especially I'm focusing on leadership, thought leadership. That's even more rare. I would say like less than 5% of people, right, among all the people, just like they could be like born or called to be a leaders and who dare to stand out as a leaders, right? So my coaching is not very easy as well. So I focus on those ones. It's quite a special niche, but also not quite big popular, right? So there are a lot of challenges in this area as well, and to find the ideal clients. And even though I sometimes find the clients, but they are not really ideal. They either do not have that kind of a mindset, or they do not have that kind of a enough motivation or call to fulfill, to implement the things we talk about, right? So that's a challenging part. And then in life side, right, sometimes I send some requests or the message or information to relatives or to even my alumni friends. Previously I felt like, oh, we had a great like my friendship, right? Even not the really like a friendship, but at least that kind of circle or networks, people are very like I feel like that kind of respect or trust. And but now recently, after I sent quite some like resources or sharing, I never get any response. So I was wondering what's going on. There's like an unseen hand. Do you sometimes feel that like there's an unseen hand is handling that? And I feel like I keep receiving a lot of rejections or no response at all, right? Or it's for interest or like not that kind of a respect I would expect. So guess what? My dreams we were talking about the sleeping dreams, right? So last night when I was sleeping, and I still can, when I wake up, I still can remember the dream I had. In that dream I got a very very clear no. it was what I still remember, but I do not want to get into the trivial detail of that. But the message I got is very clear, no. And it's just like a shock, and it's just like a very cool no, right? And then I was initially got very disappointed standing there, and it's just exactly as what I experienced in real life, right? I feel that kind of a disappointment and a little bit frustration, and if for the relationship part, I felt a little bit sadness, right? I feel like kind of a loss. So, and that's exactly when I recall that, exactly resonating with my real life. In my real life, I also had that kind of a similar feelings. You see, sometimes our dreams tell us what's going on too much in our mind or in our heart during the daytime, and now they find other creative way to express themselves during our sleeping time, during our dreams, right? Sleeping dreams. And it's totally like the events itself in the dreams is like a nonsense, is like irrelevant, but the message, the hint is really similar. Okay, the rejection, the no, or the no's, right? It feel like I got so many no's around me. I said, God, can you finally give me some yes, right? Some yes that can make me feel happy, feel excited, feel like a, gosh, I've been had all this kind of a motivation, energy, right? But this energy, it's good enough to deal with all this kind of sounds like endless no's, right? But still, I say, God, I want some. I know I have a strong mindset already, but I still want more. Yes, I still want more positive and respect and feedback and cooperation, right? Especially, when you are very energetic, a passionate entrepreneur, you always look forward to find some like-minded people who are also passionate, who are also supportive, energetic, and with a bigger goal, right? To work shoulder by shoulder together. But it's so rare, so rare. I would honestly say that it's so rare to find such kind of people in my life. Majority of other people is just like live their routine life and live in their employment or live in their retirement. And few of my friends or circle, I know I need to change my circle, right? Few of them are really at a similar state like me. So it's still like already past the 50 and still passionate and still energetic for my call, for the things I want to do. I find almost like few or zero almost so far. So that make me frustrated. I said, God, I need good partners. I need good friends and a good circle of let's say good circle of relatives and friends who can really resonate with me. And I have somebody to talk, somebody to work together, somebody to someone who can make me, excited to work with. Okay, so not so many, very few, and even occasionally I find one or two. There's still kind of other challenges, right? So in this kind of situation, what do we do? Maybe you. I hope that you are meeting much less no's, right? Like than me. But I just found the bigger things you pursue, the more you pursue, the higher level you pursue, and the more lonely you will feel. The more like that kind of a long home, how to say that kind of lonely battles you will fight by yourselves, and so you will deal with more no's and rejections. And what do I do? So I, after a dream, and I woke up, I was thinking, oh, this is a great topic. Actually, I want to cover with it. I also want to honestly share with you what I'm going through. Right, not all this kind of a fancy and glorious kind of a journey, but at the same time, more is from those no's and rejections, frustrations, and this and strugglings, and then figure out things, right? So I want to share this part honestly with you, and I summarized a few parts, a few like a five to me like 5 points I want to share with you, right? How to turn no's to yes. But the first, turn no into yes does not necessarily mean that, oh, the person who said no to you, you can directly turn their no into yes. Okay, so here is a two different concept. Okay, turn no into yes. Ideally, for example, if you want to get a prospect, you want to get clients or kind of partners, right? You want to turn their no or rejection into yes. That's ideal, the best one. But the first level, I just found the most fundamental level, the first yes you need to get is what? Is from yourself, right? You may not be able to control the outside, control other people, right? To turn all the no's into yes. But in this way, you will turn both yourself into the fully yes mode, and also you will potentially turn more no's, outside no's, into yes. So first, let's talk about the inner yes. So when all this kind of thing happen, rejections, frustrations, this kind of circle, right? You want to get out of it quickly. And first is really don't take it personally, because especially I know for the business maybe it's easier, but for the relationship part, like your friends, your partner, you may take that personally. So how could we get out of that circle? And because that's when you take things personally, you will take other people's no and rejection as bad judgment, right? You feel like, oh, I'm not good enough. Like if we are teenagers, right? These teenagers are dealing with that. Is they care so much about other people's opinions and feedback, right? Like the no or verbal no or the non-verbal no's, right? Rejections could means like, oh, they have they will just get into themselves, like self-doubt themselves and reduce their self-esteem, and they think they are not good enough, right? So that's why people give them that feedback. That's for teenagers. Now we are mature, either entrepreneurs or mature adults, right? Here I'm talking about when other people's rejection come, don't take it personally. Take it as oh, by the way, I remember here the Zig Ziglar. I just read that. I love that. So the great sales guru, and motivational speaker Zig Ziglar. Even though he's not here anymore, he's already passed away. But his famous sayings are still here, impact people. So I really love the one he said about sales. He said every sale has 5 basic obstacles: no need, no money, no hurry, no desire, or no trust. Get it? So those 5 no's, do not take it personally, right? So it's from another side's um, impression or their opinion or feedback. Does not necessarily it's not you are no good, right? It's just because they're either they do not have need or they are not in a hurry. They do not have the desire majority time for sales, right? And low trust is also because they just get to know you. They do not have not consumed enough of your material. They do not know you enough, and so they do not have a trust. So it's not because of you, it's just because of maybe the the ways you do marketing and then did not reach them enough yet. So all this kind of thing, right? Communication things. So it's not because you are not good enough, right? Or you can also say, oh yeah, because I'm doing business, I'm not doing enough marketing and sales, so they're not. But sometimes also because maybe they are not there, the right time and right position, right, to really get what you can share. And by the way, don't blame yourself. For example, if you did your hard work and did all this kind of tried your best to, we can only reach whatever is like we can reach at this moment, right? Until we get to the next level. So if you did not really get that sale, don't feel bad about yourself. It's just like they are not ready. Either they are not ready, and or they did not get a chance to really understand the great value you can provide, right? Sometimes even though I get clients and they are still not, like I mentioned earlier, they're not maybe the best client, because they are not motivated enough. They do not have that kind of inner motivation or strong. No matter how great you are, you try to motivate them, right? They cannot really implement or fulfill what they initially want to do, but they did not really to do it, did not really do it, right? So sometimes like that. I also had some great clients. They had a wonderful implementation mode, and then the results ended up very great. So whatever this kind of situation, those rejections, either you did not get a sale, or even though you get a sale but the clients turned out not to be ideal one, don't blame on yourself, because it's just like dancing, right? The two parts, the one dancer could not make the whole, like the pair dancing wonderful unless two cooperates together, right? It's like a coachy, a coach and a coachy, right? It's just like dance, the dancing partners or whatever, like working together partners, right? Like how to say, the badminton double, all this kind of thing. You need to cooperate each other with each other to get the best result and to win the game, right? So don't blame your part. And the most important thing is like get your own inner yes, even though the other side said no. Okay, so you need to always get to say yes, as long as your your core is great and your motivation is genuine, is good for the other side, not just for your selfish benefits, right? And you are here doing things for the good wellness for everybody involved. So feel confident in yourself and say that yes to yourself, even though other people said no. Okay. And the second one, let me see, I summarize 5 points. Second one, don't give up. Because many people say, oh, say no. Okay, no, no, it's no. They take no as no. Here, the following the first point, right? Don't take it personally. And also the second one, don't give up, is also following with that one, is don't take no as no. Okay, there's no as a final no. Okay, no is just like a, as we mentioned, either no need, no hurry, no desire, no money, or no let's see, what's the last one, let me double check so I can remember that, no trust, right? So that's just temporary. Everything of that no is just temporary. It's not a final no. So don't get as final, and don't give up. Because if you give up, you give that final no to yourself, right? So that's what you do not want to do. Okay, so these first two points are actually connected, and if you say yes inside of yourself, you will never give up. Okay, so because other people said no for temporary no, you will not take it as final no, and you will keep trying. Okay, so the third one, don't stuck in it. Okay, and because people sometimes stuck in it means what, like you only know this is the way to do it. For example, you shared with this with other people and they said no, and you would still keep the same way, you try the same way, trying whatever. It's just like stuck in it. Either you're overthinking it, or you just keep doing the old way, right? Like I forgot a famous saying. It said exactly, but the meaning is like if you use the old way to keep dealing with the issue, right? How could you expect the issue to be solved? The old way could not solve old problem, and the old mindset could not also get you out of the old problem, right? So you need a new mindset and new way. So don't stuck in it. And the next one is really to find creative and alternative and also even better ways to solve it, right? So for example, you try this way initially, and if it's not working, you get a no rejection or just like a no interest, try to improve it in a better way to try it again. Okay, and or even the best way is get out of the box, think about more creative way or alternative ways to solve the issue. Okay, and to get really and think about what you actually want to achieve. Sometimes don't stick or stuck to just the original things you want to get. If we get a no, or you think this is impossible, but if you think what actually the value you want to get from this thing, what kind of results you want to get or benefits to everybody you want to get from this thing, maybe you get out of a box, think about the creative and alternative ways can still cover everybody's interest and get to the win-win, right? That will be ideal. So this one is very super important. Use the creative, alternative, and or even better ways, right, to solve the issue. Okay, and sometimes maybe this does not necessarily always to be better. Sometimes you may use some compromise. Now I could not immediately get some like examples, but I know in life quite sometimes we may compromise a little bit of our stand. Oh, okay. Recently, for example, my daughter's project, we had a partner to working together, and you know that, right? When you work with partner, and everybody has different value system, experience, and opinions, perspectives, right? So when we co-work on, for example, even a presentation or a poster, and different people could have different ideas, right? At this time, you will always try to find like understand another side's point, and also understand your own value points, and make some compromise both sides, take each side some points and combine into a better way, like a yeah, better way than, I would say better way than just the one way, right? So that's like each side gets some like a compromise, but also accommodate another side's opinions and ideas, and then create something that both sides could be say, oh, okay, I can accept that, right? So it's like a common agreeable area. Okay, so that's a fourth point, right? Find creative or alternative and maybe better way to solve it, and that's for the win-win-win, right? And then finally, the fourth one. Of course, there could be unlimited way, okay? But here I found the top five most important points. And finally, it's like after you don't take it personally, after you don't give up, after you like don't stuck in it, and you tried creative, better, and alternative ways to deal with it. And finally, the part is be patient, and because the timing Sometimes we always want now, 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 right? But God's time is different. And he has maybe a different timing for the right timing. So always be patient. But the most important thing is to keep being the genuine you. It's just like always follow your heart, follow your soul, do the right things. Don't because other people said no or showed no interest or rejected you. Don't let's say don't sell your soul or your heart to do things that is not right. Okay, I would say keep being the genuine you, and trust that if you keep doing the right things, the things will happen in its right time, even though it's not now. Majority of time we'll find that it's not now immediately, right? Many things, especially like a success, especially like a fulfillment, like the great things you want to fulfill, and in this kind of a most mediocre world, the greater things you want to accomplish, the longer time and the harder work you need to do, right? The longer time you may have to wait. And sometimes ask God, I've already past 50. How long you want me to keep waiting, right? For the real fulfillment. But sometimes it's like you have the big dreams. It do not necessarily immediately fulfill in a big scale. It could be like little by little, that kind of little by little transformation changes, and sometimes we may ignore that. So here, actually, I want to add to that the last part: be patient and keep be the genuine you, and also celebrate for any. Be grateful. First is be grateful, and then celebrate for any tiny progress we can make every day. Okay, like Tony Robbins said, like people overlook, or people overlook, yeah, what can happen for 10 years. Always people want to get the most from 1 year, right? But the majority of the time they ignore what can accomplish. Okay, you would say people may overlook what they can. Oh my gosh, a long time I did not say that words. I forgot a little bit, but it's really like people maybe ignore what can happen like in 1 year, right? But they eventually that what can happen in 10 years, that kind of accumulation, that kind of time effect can really make a big difference. Okay, so in my own words to explain it. So we need to have that patience. Okay, so for example, I made quite some like not a linear progress, sometimes up and down, right? But little by little, okay, overthinking is just like thinking that is just like a stock market in the history. There are quite some ups and downs, right? This is like a stock line, and but eventually the history, the U.S. the market is like is still like up. The overall trend is up, but during the details during in the year, right? Many months and different dates could have many ups and downs, and sometimes crash, right? And then like getting back. It's just like a financial crisis, and the stock markets get to a bottom, and then slowly climb up a little, and maybe down a little, and just like that, right? The up and downs, all the up and downs, but overall the trend is up. So it's overall is positive. It's similar way to our life journeys, like so many no's we could experience every day, and sometimes we may get a big crash and a big no's and big rejections, and that could really test our what we are made of, test our mindset, test our core, test our vision, test our purpose, test our dreams, right? If we have that enough, what we are made of. So these 5 points I want to share with you to turn the first one. The most important thing is always turn that no into yes inside of your heart. I have this kind of a I remember when I was a little kid, like when I had quite some frustrations, I always have that kind of inner strength. Eventually came back to me, said that no matter how hard it is, I will bounce back. Okay, I will just keep doing my hard work. So don't be afraid of doing hard work. And actually, you should appreciate hard work, because if it's easy, everybody can accomplish it already, right? Choose, like some famous people always mentor mention that choose to do the hard things, right? The hard work, if it's right in aligned with your purpose, with your call, do the hard work, because majority of people cannot get there, even though that means you will get more no's, more rejections, more frustration moments, but still keep doing those hard works, because those little by little like progress you make every day, sometimes you may get back a few steps, but you still keep making one day back, right? One step back, and keep doing this in time. And then it's just similar thing. It's so interesting. I'm always think about it in the finance part, right? The time the compounding effect. with that time accumulation. What you accumulated before will keep growing, even though sometimes may not look from outside, right? From a like an immediate effect, but whatever you keep doing, accumulating the progress, little progress, eventually will have that compounding results in the future. We don't know when, but have the belief that that compounding based on your positive steps, based on your every turning every like no into yes first inside of yourself, and eventually in long run it will pay off. Okay, in long run it will pay off. This one I have belief, even though I have not seen that result yet, but I have the belief that this is because this is really like a truth. If you do other things, you give up, you keep doubting yourself, and you do not try the new ways and creative ways anymore, and that no will become permanent no. Okay, just take all the no's from outside, from others, as just a temporary no, but give yourself that permanent yes inside of yourself to what you are pursuing, like your call, your purpose, the greatness you're pursuing. Okay, and eventually you will get there. You will turn more yes, because if you do not try, you never know what's the result. But if you keep trying, you still have quite a percentage, right? At least like a, let's say just like a coin flip, it's at least a 50% you can still get chance to be yes, right? So but if you do not try, it's 100% of no. Okay, so that's a, so if you keep doing the work, maybe not necessarily get all what you want, but you will not end no. At least you will not be ending like, oh, take all the no's and it's nothing, right? You get nothing, but you still keep getting out of your comfort zone, take the no's as a yes first in yourself, and try alternative way, try better way, try creative ways, right? And keep trying and have the patience to wait for the right time to come, and you will see every day that little progress. And I believe that one day some big reward is on the way. Okay, so that's my message for today, and I hope that help you if you are receiving a lot of no's every day as well. I know maybe sometimes this kind of dream still come back to me, but I'm okay. Because once I wake up from a dream, I realized, okay, this is telling me my real life. I'm getting a lot of no, and I am having that frustration in my mind or in my heart. And but I will still choose to face it and choose to turn the no into yes, and will keep trying, keep using better ways, alternative and creative ways to deal with it. And then I will not be attached to a result. Okay, I will do the right things and keep being a genuine me, and hold the faith that the right time and right results will come to me. Okay, everyone, hope you enjoyed today's Momentum Monday. And this Thursday, this Thursday we'll have our masterclass, how to how to launch, launch your profitable and impactful online business in 90 days and stand out as confident expert and thought leader in your niche. Okay, so we will look forward to seeing you there, and we will share the link. Make sure that you will register and show up. Okay, showing up, just similar to the mindset today we're talking about, showing up. So that's the first step for you to turn no's into yes. Okay, and to turn more impossibility things into possible things in your life. All right, we will look forward to seeing you live soon. Take care, everyone. See you next time. Bye bye.